Morning, folks. Hope y'all are doing okay today. So, this morning, well, getting up, getting ready to go to work, and I had this very random thought I wanted to share with you guys. So, I'm a competent musician. I can play bass and piano pretty well. I can play drums good enough to not knock the rest of the band off time. And I can play guitar enough to be obnoxious. So, I really, really enjoy movies about musicians. One of my all-time favorite movies about musicians would be the movie Ray. And, I enjoy watching movies in general from that time frame, but I really enjoy watching that movie Ray about Ray Charles. And one of the things, the first time I watched it, that struck me was the racism and segregation in the movie. Handful of points in the movie where they're accurately depicting Jim Crow and segregation. Opening scene, Ray's hopping a bus from North Florida to Washington State, and I don't know if this is historically accurate for Ray Charles in specific, but I'm sure that things like this had happened. He bought a ticket and the driver didn't want to take him because he didn't want to be responsible for a blind man, much less a blind black man. There were rest stops on the bus ride along the way that were segregated. Ray had to play segregated shows in clubs. In one of those, this is accurate, historically speaking. He decided he wasn't going to play segregated shows anymore. And it ended up costing him money to do that. Got banned from playing in the state of Georgia, which was the highest grossing tour state at the time, according to the movie. And lots of other hints at racism through the movie. Pardon me. Now, I don't support any of that bigotry simply based on skin color and outdated ideology and stupidity and racism. I don't see how a person comes to pronounce sweeping judgments on another person that they probably don't know that well, based solely on skin color. Just doesn't, it sounds stupid to me, and I don't see how anyone could justify the things that were done in the Jim Crow South during segregation. So it got me thinking, we might watch movies that were set in that time frame and be shocked and see at what we see on the screen. And I don't know that the movie Ray is 100% historically accurate to Ray Charles specifically. But I know that segregation like that was very prominent in the South up till the Civil Rights Movement. So here was the thought that I had. I wonder when 30, 40, 50 years from now, when the movies are written about today and they're accurate the way that that movie Ray is, I wonder what the people of 30, 40, 50 years from now are going to find that we're doing. That is just as morally repugnant to them as segregation is to the majority of Americans now. And I realize that in a very small group of people, that supremacy ideology or racist ideology is still a thing. I won't pretend that it's not. But the majority of Americans don't seem to view everything through a lens of race or racism. Just a thought that I had, though. What are they gonna judge us on like we judge the past on its racist actions? That's what I got on this one, folks. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Have a good morning.